It was a cold and quiet night at a small farmhouse in Vancouver Island, Canada, when a 32-year-old man named Granger Taylor penned a note. "Dear Mother and Father, I have gone away to walk aboard an alien spaceship, as recurring dreams assured a 42-month interstellar voyage to explore the vast universe, then return. I am leaving behind all my possessions to you, as I will no longer require the use of any. Please use the instructions in my will as a guide to help. Love, Granger." Taylor vanished into the night, never to be seen again, leaving behind this note and his will in which the word funeral were erased and the word death was replaced by departure. The police conducted a thorough investigation, but found no leads. Had he joined a secret society? Was he living a new life under a different name? Or had he truly found his way to the stars? Born on October 7th, 1948, on Vancouver Island, Taylor's early life was marked by tragedy when his father drowned in a lake near the family cabin. Despite this early hardship, Taylor grew into a strong and capable man. Hiding behind his quiet and shy personality was a brilliant mind with a knack for fixing things. Dropping out of school in the 8th grade, Taylor immersed himself in mechanical work, earning a reputation for his ability to restore almost anything. Taylor dropped out of 8th grade and utilized his special talent of working with machinery. He often taught neighborhood kids about fixing things and served as a mentor. With the help of these kids, he successfully rebuilt various vehicles like locomotives, bulldozers, cars, trucks, and even a World War II Kitty Hawk plane. The plane Taylor restored was displayed in Duncan for years before being bought by a collector in North Dakota. Some of Taylor's restored trains and cars can be seen at the BC Forest Discovery Center in Duncan even today. In 1980, when Taylor disappeared, his friend Robert Keller was only 15 years old. Even though Taylor was more than twice Keller's age back then, he left a lasting impact on Keller and many others in the area. Keller fondly remembers their time together, describing Taylor as a genius bordering on insanity. Their shared passion for space and aliens cemented their friendship, leading to the creation of a life-size spaceship that would become the centerpiece of Taylor's mysterious journey. Keller and Taylor became friends because they both liked smoking pot. They spent a lot of time together, especially when talking about space and aliens while getting high. Granger and I were always together for many years. Wherever he went, I was right there with him. Granger and I were like best friends. Losing Taylor had a huge impact on Keller that lasted a lifetime. It felt like losing a brother, a father. The idea of not having Granger around was really hard for me. Granger was my mentor, and I owe a lot of who I am to him. Taylor's disappearance is set against the backdrop of a cultural fascination with UFOs and aliens during the 1940s and 50s in the US. The post-war era saw an influx of UFO sightings and abduction claims, generating public interest and inspiring Hollywood blockbusters like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Star Wars, and Star Trek. Growing up around this mass interest for aliens and outer space, Taylor shared with Keller his ambitious plan to build his spaceship. For nearly a year, Taylor welded together a replica from spare parts collected at a local dump. The spaceship constructed from 2 satellite receiving dishes, became his sanctuary, complete with television, a couch, and a wood-burning stove. Inside, Taylor delved into the mysteries of flying saucers, spending hours contemplating the secrets of outer space. As the spaceship took shape, Taylor's discussions about space and aliens became more intense. His friend Bob Nielsen revealed that Taylor claimed to be in direct contact with extraterrestrial beings, communicating with them mentally. Taylor's claims, combined with his increasing use of acid in the months before his disappearance, created an aura of uncertainty around his mental state. Taylor's sister, Grace Ann Young, confirmed his acid use, stating that he had frequently spoke about going into outer space and having mental contact with aliens. In a letter from Taylor's cousin Jacqueline Sandiford to his mother, Grace Taylor, Jacqueline wrote Taylor's friends were accepting of his plans, leaving the world and flying into outer space. Robert Keller dismissed the idea of suicide, insisting that Taylor would prefer disappearing without leaving a trace rather than killing himself. He believed that Taylor's struggle to fit in ultimately drove him to vanish. Some speculated that loneliness played a role, while others pointed to Taylor's acid use as a factor in his demise. Joan Mayo, Taylor's stepsister, expressed regret for not inviting him to more social gatherings, reflecting on the impact of his unique personality. Grace Ann Young, on the other hand, considered the possibility that Taylor's acid trips blurred the lines between reality and fantasy, leading to a tragic end. Young recalled one of her last interactions with Taylor, where he expressed a desire to stay with her in Vancouver, a suggestion she declined, wondering if that decision played a role in his fate. In March of 1986, nearly 6 years later after Taylor's disappearance, forestry workers discovered a blast site. Fragments of a truck and bones were found on Mount Prevost. DNA testing wasn't common then, but the official coroner believed the bones belonged to Taylor. Clothing scraps, identified by Taylor's mother, matched a shirt she had recently made for him. The RCMP confirmed the truck was Taylor's. The coroner's office concluded Taylor had been carrying dynamite in his truck, and at some point, it went off. Whether accidentally or on purpose is still unknown. Keller said Taylor often stored dynamite in his truck to blow up tree stumps, a common method of disposing of tree stumps at the time. Keller added that Taylor had handled dynamite on countless occasions and knew how to handle these type of explosives. There are also other strange theories about Taylor's disappearance. Online UFO and blog sites like Mysterious Universe have all sorts of ideas. Aliens destroyed Taylor's car to make it look like he took his own life. He went on a one-way journey and can't come back. He used dynamite to launch himself into space. Or a secret agency recruited him because of his brilliance. Some say they found his body hanging from a tree near the explosion, while others believe he might have started a new life in South America. Taylor's parents, Jim and Grace, have passed away, and now Taylor's sister, Grace Reynolds, owns the farm, and the spaceship that Taylor made using the 2 satellite dishes is still right there on the farm. Whether he found his way to the stars or succumbed to a tragic accident, Granger Taylor's story reminds us that the human spirit is boundless. The truth is, nobody is absolutely certain about Taylor's fate. However, if the concepts of space and time relatively are real. Maybe Taylor is out there, searching for the perfect spot to land his spaceship and come back home. So the next time you gaze at the night sky, remember Granger Taylor, the man who dared to believe that he could travel to the unknown. Until we know certainly what really happened to Taylor, his disappearance will remain unexplained.